Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. The topic that we are going to start today is Prezi writing and comprehension. Students, so for this question is concerned, you need to have a lot of practice. You need to have the grip and command over this question to deal with it. So before moving ahead, I would like to tell you about the format, that how you would be dealing with this question during exams. Girls, you would be given a paragraph, and at the end of the paragraph there will be some questions. For example, question number 1 carrying 2 marks, question number 2 again carrying 2 marks, question number 3 having 1 mark, and you will be supposed to give the title of the passage. Question number 4 carrying 5 marks, and you will be asked to make a précis of the given passage. Here I would like to tell you one thing, make it clear please, that it's all up to the examiner whether he decides 2 marks for the title and 4 marks for the précis writing, or he decides 1 mark for the title and 5 marks for the précis writing. Anyhow, overall this question carries 10 marks. So moving towards the topic, comprehension is a noun and comprehend is a verb. It means once you have comprehended the question, you would be able to deal it perfectly. If I ask you one question, girls, that what is the difference between understanding and comprehension? Why didn't we use the word understanding here with précis writing? That précis writing and understanding, why? What's the difference? Understanding is your first step towards comprehension. When you have understood the topic, it means it's your understanding, you have understood, but you cannot provide the details of the topic. And comprehension is the advanced level of your understanding. It means that when you have comprehended, now your mind can grasp and can have grip over the topic. And after this comprehension, once you have comprehended, you would be able to deal with all the questions properly, perfectly. So the topics that you can be given in comprehension are: from humanities, you can have questions, you can have paragraph from philosophy, from ethics and literature. From social sciences, the topics can be selected from psychology, sociology and economics. And all these fields are not difficult and different from you. In our daily life, we come across so many things related to them. So the types of questions I want to tell you that you must know that what kind of the questions you would be dealing, you can come across in comprehension. The questions that come, they are direct questions and indirect questions, that we also call them inferential questions. And to infer means that you need to infer the sense, you need to guess the sense and idea that what kind of answer would be of the given question. So let's give you some examples. For example, there is a paragraph: we should face the facts that we are a multilingual and a poor country too. Unfortunately, we are facing difficulties due to COVID-19 nowadays. The fear of getting unemployed springs out in such a condition. People greedily snatch the eatables and are losing the spirit to live. So let's look at the question, which is the major issue people are suffering nowadays. If you look at the question, if you ponder over it, you would feel that this is a direct question, because the answer is directly can be found from the paragraph. For example, which are the major issues, which are the major difficulties that people are suffering due to COVID-19. This is the direct answer that is present in the paragraph. Moving towards the next question, that is indirect. What is the attitude of people towards this virus? You need to infer the sense, you need to guess. As I always use that, you need to play a guessing game. So here you need to play a guessing game that what can be the answer. So here we can find the article says that the fear of getting unemployed is there, and people are greedily snatching the eatables, and they are very much hopeless and hopeless to live their life. So this is the attitude, that people are very much hopeless. There is unemployment in the society, and that is the reason they are hungry. There is poverty in the society. So this is the answer of this indirect question. So in this way, sometimes there will be direct answers and sometimes indirect answers that you need to guess them. Moving ahead. Now, the most importantly, I am going to give you some of the tips that how you can easily and inshallah perfectly going to deal with it. Students, I'm not going to teach you in a typical way that the paragraph, this comprehension is taught. First of all, I would be giving you the tips, and it's your responsibility to keep all the tips in your mind. So let's begin. First of all, comprehension. What you have to do, that you need to read the passage thoroughly once, means at least once read the passage, then read the questions. What do some of the students do, that first of all they go for the questions, they read the questions, and then they go for the reading of the passage. Though this technique also works, but not in a proper way, because when you read the questions first and then the passage, what happens that you fail to find out the main idea, main points and main gist of the passage. So that is the reason I suggest you at least once read the passage first, then read the question, and then again read the passage, and you would be, now you may find the answers by following the specific rules and tips that I am going to teach you. So let's begin the tips. If you are given a question, that what can be the main idea, what can be the main theme, what is the gist, or what is the purpose and goal of the writer in the passage, in the given passage. So I am telling you that the kind of tips that you're going to follow, that they are all signal words, or we call them structure words. For all type of questions that I would be explaining you, there will be signal words. So if you are asked about the main idea, the signal words would be I believe, it's clear that, my main point is that, etc. For example, I believe that every person deserves to have financial support by the rich. Here, I believe it shows that it is writer's point of view. The writer is focusing. The writer believes, that the writer asserts that every rich person should support the poor one. And again here the main verb deserves means that the writer claims that every person should help the poor one. So these are the signal words that would be helping you to that there is a main idea hidden after these signal words. Got it? Next, that structure. If there is a that structure given, for example, first of all, look at the example. The media reported in the meeting that the world failed to control COVID-19. Here, the media reported in the meeting is not important. This clause is not important. After that, if there is such kind of example, that is called that structure. So after information after that is important. Ignore the previous structure completely, delete it, no need to ponder over that. And what is important after that? That the world failed to control COVID-19. Now what did you study? That to find out the main idea, these are the signal words, and again to find out the main point, to find out that what the writer basically wants to stress upon is that structure that is going to help you. Next, ignore examples. Obviously and naturally you would be having some idiomatic phrases, some examples are there. Always ignore them, because you know that examples are just illustration of the paragraph. They are just the giving further information about the main point. Means before examples your structure is very much important. Focus on that, ponder over that, and ignore all the examples. Understood now? Moving ahead. Conclusion. And if you are going to have any question that what conclusion does the writer want to draw, what is the main point discussed at the end of the passage, or how would you conclude the passage, if such kind of question is there, or you also want to draw something from your conclusion and that you get confused. No need to get confusion, my students. You know that conclusion is the ending part. Now the paragraph is going to end, and again these are the signal words that are going to help my students, and they are unfortunately, luckily, consequently, it means that the writer is going to bring out the result. Lastly, finally, rightly, or sometimes the experts say, the article says. For example, if I give you one example that about COVID-19, that the paragraph, a small kind of paragraph that we discussed earlier in the beginning, if there is, the article says that in spite of putting all the efforts, or the whole world failed to control COVID-19. Here what is important? Which are the structure words, key words, main phrases that are going to help you? For example, the article says, it means this is the main point, that the writer has drawn the conclusion and everything discussed earlier. So they always go for in search of these signal words, and these are the concluding, you can say, remarks, and telling you that all these signal words or structure words, they clearly express that this is unbiased, logical and impartial opinion of the writer. The writer is not giving his own opinion. So got it? Next, you can also have vocabulary items, a question to provide the meaning for the vocabulary items, or for some phrases, that what does this phrase mean, or what is the meaning of the vocabulary item. So for this you need to I'm telling you the two more important things that you need to keep in your mind. Look at the word occasionally. First of all, if one word is given to you, what you have to do, if there is one word, you need to provide the meaning in one word substitution as well, not the explanation. For example, displayed. Displayed is one word, and you are going to provide the meaning again in one word substitution, that is exhibited. Look here, to put on a show. This is also correct so far the meaning is concerned, but this is a kind of explanation. This is not one word substitute, it's a phrase. So what, number one, again I repeat, what you are supposed to do, that if there is one word given, you are supposed to provide the meaning in one word substitution as well. Understood? Secondly, what is important, that for that vocabulary item or for that phrase, what is important? Secondly, that go for the part of speech. Find out that, for example, occasionally is adverb. Provide the meaning in the same part of speech. Rarely is adverbs. That is why this will be considered correct and this will be considered wrong. Displayed past participle, exhibited past participle. So this is wrong. Though the meaning is correct, but not in the same part of speech, not in the same in the shape of one word. So this is important. Understood? So be careful here. This is also correct. Again, I am telling you, but it's all up to the examiner. But according to the grammatical rules, we need to follow them. So whine is not only crying, though both the meanings are right, but not the simple crying. To cry like a dog is called whine. Hopefully you have understood. Then you can have the question of comparison and contrast. That comparison means commonalities, common characteristics. Contrast mean you're supposed to provide differences, find out the differences from the passage. So if there is a question, for example, according to the author, what are the two opposite perspectives on the issue of COVID-19? Two perspectives means that you need to provide the answer that number one this is, number two this is. So to find out such kind of question, to deal with this kind of question, first of all, go for the find it out that he might be asking about the asking you to provide chronological structure. Look here, I have given you the signal words to deal with this answer, to deal with this question. First, second, third, next, then. On the other hand, in contrast to, but, however, opposite to that, for example, look at the first one. If first, second, third, next, and then, this is the chronological order that you are going to provide. That firstly, this was the perspective of the writer, and after 2-3 months passing, second opinion is this, that the world failed to control COVID-19. So this is a chronological order. And for contrast, these are the signal words. For example, if I say that on the one hand this is the condition in Pakistan, on the other hand in America such is the condition that people are suffering from, or in contrast to Pakistan such is the condition in that country, etc. Okay, so these are all for to provide differences and to give a contrast. And for comparison, again you can also use them, but sometimes you can be asked to provide them in a chronological structure. Got it? Next, cause and effect. You know that there is everything that obviously we find in so many paragraphs, comparison and contrast and cause and effect, that for example there must be reasons, there must be some causes of COVID-19 and the effects we are facing them. So if you are going to find out such kind of question, for example, what are the primary causes of the problems implied by the passage? Means the primary causes, reasons that the writer has discussed in the passage. So for causes, to find out the reasons, the signal words, girls, please. Because of, due to, the reason is, etc. These are the signal words that are going to make you sure that after these phrases, after these signal words, keywords, structure words, there is a cause hidden. So what is the sentence, the structure after these expressions, these signal words is very much important. For example, people are suffering from COVID-19. We know people are suffering, the whole world is suffering, but we need to find out the cause. We need to find out the reason so that we can avoid the effects, we can avoid the results. So which statement is important? After due to. Due to the non-availability of resources by the government. You know, this is one of the big reasons. So I hope that you got it properly, that for cause and effect, what are the signal words? For comparison, which are the signal words? So moving ahead. Now this is a recapitulation that how are you going to deal with the comprehension. Let me make it one thing clearly, that once you have comprehended the passage perfectly, inshallah, with the help of all the signal words that I am going to recapitulate, I am going to make you recall, then I would be dealing with the Pressy writing. Then you would be perfectly, inshallah, would be able to write a Pressy, to give the Pressy of the given passage in your own words. So let's recapitulate that how are you going to comprehend the topic. So if you are again there you are supposed to find out the main idea, main theme, the gist that is going to help you to write a Pressy and to provide you the answers. These are the signal words. Importantly, specifically, the only thing that matters before the examples, the structure is important. Ignore examples, and the structure after that is important. After that, there is always a logic. The main point is I assert, I believe, I know, or such kind of phrases. There is main idea hidden, and then if you are going to have these phrases, by the way, in a few cases such is the condition, but because there are few cases, or if we say sometimes we find these are the reasons, it means that these are the minor points, means a main idea is not hidden in these structures with these phrases. So if you are going to have some scientific topics or some fact based questions, these structure words are going to help you. There will be some argumentation by the writer. There can be some logics that you need to understand them. For example, therefore, so, thus, consequently, these are the results. However, we should do this. Moreover, what can we do? We should do. So these are the again signal words that also obviously they have the main ideas, but if you are going to find out some logics, if you're going to find out the conclusion, that how are you going to conclude your Pressy or any of the answers, so don't ignore these signal words. So if I recapitulate, there are so many that I myself can count. They are the signal words and the structure words, almost 10 to 15 that you need to keep in your mind, and then go for the reading of the passage, and hopefully you would be ignoring all the irrelevant material, and with the help of the given tips, inshallah, you would be feeling quite feasible to find out the main theme that the writer wants to convey, wants to give you the message. So thank you so much, and hopefully you would, when you would keep all these in your minds, you would be able to understand and to write how to provide the Pressy writing. Thank you so much.